Damn, is this 150? Right? Wasn't last week 149? Yeah, it was. Damn, bro. What it do? We're back again. Grounded Show, episode 150. You
Little iced
heard
out.
me?
A little iced out episode
The icy episode,
150.
dog. The ice baby, bro.
I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. I'm not gonna lie. So back in the day, I used to have a podcast. It was like 2017, and
What was the name? What was the name of it?
It was a Workaholics podcast.
Workaholics.
And I used to do Drake album reviews.
Mm.
And I'm kind of excited about this, but we got to break it down a little bit.
Yeah. So, it's definitely been a big convo in our group chat this week talking about the Drake project. And there's definitely something that Joe brought up that would be dope to talk about. Just the idea of the energy around the Drake stuff, right? So for me, I feel like anytime somebody or something is at that level, people are always gonna analyze it because it's like the thing of the hour. You know what I mean? Like people have been anticipating it. He's a huge artist, obviously, a lot of people's favorite artist. So anytime they drop, anybody like that, Drake, Kanye,
LeBron.
yeah, I'm just saying the artists like Jay
No,
Z.
but you know what I feel is like Mayweather to me. Mayweather's my favorite boxer. LeBron's currently my favorite basketball player. I feel it's people like justify why he's your favorite. Tell me.
I get what you're saying. So that's a funny part of what you were saying before the pod and something we were talking about with the homie Yoda, man. For me, obviously, when you're in a group chat, part of it is funny too. So you
Oh, yeah, it's all jokes.
you just talking
It's all
shit.
jokes.
You know what
It's
I
all
mean?
jokes.
But another thing to me is like what I told him. If you're gonna be in here writing lyrics, I'm gonna comment on it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, bro, when
But he is though. It's him.
yeah. He's lyrics, voice notes, you know what I'm saying? Like he's going all the way with it. You know, when you're doing all that, I gotta say something, you know what I mean? And that's like he said, that's why he
I don't
does
blame you.
and that's why he does it too, because he knows that
Yeah.
right when he
But
writes
I
something
blame you
like
when
that.
you say it's y'all. And I was like, it's 90%
Nah,
him.
but your 10% is that shebang every fucking 5 seconds, bruh. That shebang is you for sure, bruh. It's like he's coming by and spraying the block, but then you coming by in a separate car after with a 44, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but it's just funny, man. Getting kind of into the music. Obviously, everybody was caught off guard with it being 3 albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're all kind of different vibes. So I'm kind of like in the same camp as you. I haven't really listened to the other ones just because it's too much for me. So I've kind of just dove into Iceman. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, which I see a lot of people discussing on either side, fans and non-fans, like the content of the music.
Yeah.
So I want to clear it up from my point of view. I'm not looking to Drake to be the North Star. I don't need him to be Nas. I don't need him to rap about. I don't need him
love where you're going
to
with
rap
this.
about real
I
stuff
love where
all
you're
the
going
time.
with this. Let's go.
You know what I mean? It's not the. I don't need to verify your bars because I've always said that from the beginning. Like with Rick Ross, other people, like people will call into question people's authenticity and stuff, and it's like, bro, at the end of the day, none of us have done anything with these people in real life. We don't know what they're
At all.
about. So, like, for you to say someone's real or fake or about that life or whatever is like, bro, that's beyond the point. You know what I'm saying? My thing with Drake is something that we talked about in the beginning podcast. One of the first episodes that we
The way he
did
raps.
was the transition after he did like after that time period where he did Stay Scheming with Rick Ross, bro. It was all tough guy raps after that. Before that, I was a big Drake fan because I kind of felt the way I felt about him, like the same way I feel about J. Cole. Like, he's not saying anything that's like the same as other rappers, but he's saying it in a way that's super dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I looked at it. Like, yeah, they're not talking about gangster stuff all the time or growing up in the hood or whatever however you want to categorize it. But it's still dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, that when he went into like, okay, now I'm a gangster rapper, it's like I said, I'm not looking to you to be like, oh, prove it to me. But at the same time, it's like when you go from a certain type of artist and then you switch to that, it's obviously an act. But a thing that I noticed, and shout out to AJ, bro. He showed me a lot of the videos. I didn't even know that he dropped basically a video for every
that
song.
was a whole night stream.
So when I'm watching the videos yesterday, I thought, like, while we was watching, I'm like, dang, this is where the actor thing comes into play. This is entertainment. Now, I feel like the thing that I missed about Drake, like, and when I say miss, not like something that basically what went over my head with Drake is this is a persona. He's an actor assuming the role of Drake, and when he steps into that world, you get those visuals, you get the music, you get the vibe, you get all that. Because he comes from, and this obviously this is just what I think. He comes from that world, you know what I mean? Like he came from the acting, he came from understanding from an early age how you have to like present yourself, how you have to have like something about you, your aura, your persona, how you look to the public and stuff like that. I feel like once I saw the videos, it kind of clicked in my head like, oh, he's really looking at this as like a whole craft. He's not looking at it just like, oh, I'm a rapper. He's looking at it like, nah, bro, I'm an artist, I'm an entity, and I'm gonna move in these ways and put all these puzzle pieces this way because the rap is just like a part of like the whole presentation or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was something that kind of like clicked in my head yesterday that gave me a little bit different perspective on Drake as a whole. What do you think about that? And you know, your response.
That's exactly what I want to get to, right? It's storytelling, right? And one thing I did today randomly, I watch YouTube randomly, right? I watch YouTube videos and I saw something today that said what Nolan did with The Dark Knight and what he did with the Joker and what he did with Dark Knight Rises, like how the storytelling happens. There's a way you have to tell stories, bro. No, there's
Go ahead.
There's a way you have to tell stories.
Because there's a crazy connection there because
I didn't even know that one.
When Nolan dropped the first
Yeah.
Batman and as that series unfolded,
Yeah.
a lot of the diehard / comic book people,
Yeah.
there were some that were like, I'm not feeling this because this
Yeah.
is not comics no more.
Yeah.
This is dark
It's not.
drama.
Yeah.
And he kind of like shifted
It's
the genre a
chaos.
little bit.
It's chaos. So what did he do? He brought the chaos. He went at Jay. He went at ASAP. He went at Ross. He went at Kendrick again. And I don't mind the Kendrick again. I don't mind it because it's not like he dropped another Kendrick diss. He dropped a track explaining what happened with the Kendrick. He went at Cole. He dropped a track. He gave him a couple lines. So these dudes can't respond. It's not a diss track. He just dropped a couple lines for them. He's like, yo, this is what happened. Just know.
So for me,
Just know.
So for me, that's definitely a part that I didn't like because I feel like
It wasn't a diss record.
It wasn't a diss record, but you still throwing jabs. And to me,
why can't he talk about it again?
I'm not saying he can't talk about it, but for example, since we're like, I hate that I'm doing this because I don't want to.
Let's do it.
I don't want to compare. I don't want to compare. But
let's do it.
When you look at Kendrick, he dropped GNX, right? The GNX, you listen to it front to back.
But he have to. It's the timing though.
I know, but I feel like the timing makes it even worse because, bro, you had time to linger on this. You had time to think about it. Like, bro, leave it alone. Maybe drop the timestamp record. Do it on the timestamp record, For me, the way I listen to stuff, because it's the same thing with Kendrick, bro. If he would have dropped GNX and it was like a whole bunch of subliminals and a whole bunch of like, not even subliminals.
There were subliminals.
That's what I'm saying. Not even subliminals because he was just straight up saying stuff. Like,
Joe Budden, everybody.
If I was listening to GNX and that was it, it would have disconnected me because I'm like, I'm trying to listen to music, bro. Like, to me, this is like a one-time thing. You listen to it once, a couple. I don't listen
to you.
Yeah. For me, for sure. I understand some people rock with, like, for example, me, big Nas fan, Ether. I don't bump Ether. You know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously know what it did.
I love that you said that because I was gonna bring that up. That was overdue. And then Jay-Z too to drop what was the one
See, it was overdue, but you're talking about in a time when there wasn't social media and you had to wait until the album dropped.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
the music is coming in the album.
Yeah,
you had to
yeah.
do it like
I'll
that.
give you that.
You know
I'll
what I'm
give you
saying?
that.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like Drake had all this time to linger and think about this,
Mhm.
and he still was like sour
But
grapes.
he
That's how
waited,
it comes off to me,
but I
like
feel
sour
like
grapes.
he waited to when it could resonate, because it's gonna resonate.
I will say this.
It's gonna resonate for a long
It is gonna
time,
resonate
bruh.
because I feel like him giving his fan base so much content, it gives
Mhm.
people a chance to dig in and really like take
Absorb it.
in
Absorb it,
the
yeah.
entertainment value of it. They can take in the enjoyment of, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you really, if you're a big fan of Drake, it's like Christmas almost.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because you're like,
And
oh,
no, but I'll tell you right now, for the record, I've only listened to Iceman.
oh yeah, that was another thing we were talking
I
about
haven't.
before.
It's 3 albums. I haven't. I'm not gonna lie. This morning I went to the gym and I said I'm gonna listen to the other 2 albums because just in case Lester brings it up. But since last week, I've only listened to Iceman.
Yeah,
I didn't even need the other albums. All I needed was Iceman.
yeah.
From my favorite artist to enjoy to this day, listen to track by track by track. And you know what's crazy about the Janis song? I have my own
And
opinion. Go ahead,
my favorite song, by the way,
Yeah.
of all the songs I heard on the Iceman joint.
I listen to Drake albums, and the second I hear a song, I tell everybody this is the one. So before Janis blew up, before anybody talked about it, I got group chats, I have Instagram. I said, this is the one.
Bro, when I heard the pitch changes that they
Yeah.
did in that hook, that same feeling you had.
Yeah.
I was like, oh nah, this
Yeah.
is different,
I
bro.
said, oh.
This is different.
I text Yoda the night before, and I said, Janis. And he said, okay. He texted me that morning. Shout out to Yoda, my dog. He said, yo, Janis. And I
No,
said, "I'm
that's the
telling
one
you."
for sure.
I text my boys in the group chat with my Drake fanboys. I said, Janis is the one.
And then
And now I don't see it anywhere else, everywhere.
and
It's
then that
all over.
little rumor going around that's basically about
Oh
an
yeah,
exec,
you told us that
exec at
today.
Universal.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Supposedly they talking about Janice Jose from Universal. So that's another little
Oh,
thing.
it's a dude?
No, it's a chick. It's a chick.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, her last
okay.
name is Jose or Josie or something.
Gotcha.
But
But
between her and Lucian Grange, which is
Yeah.
basically the head
Oh,
of
yeah, Lucian.
Universal,
Yep.
those are the people that caught like direct shots as far as
Yeah.
like Drake is concerned.
But that's my whole thing about it. It's like I hear songs and I'm like, this is a banger.
Bro,
dude.
that's another thing.
This
I'm
is a
glad-
banger.
That just reminded me too, something we were talking about earlier in the group chat. The funny part to me too is I didn't even peep until today. Dang, bro. Kanye really clocked this whole thing years ago, bro.
He did.
When
Yep.
when they were saying he was going crazy and he was he did the Like That remix
Yeah.
that he was getting at him
Kanye
about,
and Drake are so fucking alike, dude.
and I
and
think
that's
that's
why
why
I
they
think-
got the issues, bro.
And I think that's what they respect each other so much, and they got so much of the issues because they're so much relatable as artists, bro. They both get it.
And they're both the top dogs.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like Kanye was the first.
But
Kanye
number
was
one and
the
number
first.
two, I don't know
Drake
who's
was
number
Drake
one, who's
came
number two.
after, and Kanye was like, "I'm not done yet." You know, everybody was trying to toss him aside when Drake came out. He's like, "No, I'm not done yet. I'm still the guy." So that always was that thing between them. Even how it went down, Nike versus Adidas. You know, my music versus your
Yeah.
music.
For me, it's number 1 and 2. It used to be Jay. Now it's number 1 and 2, Kanye. I still will never decide who's 1 and 2, but they're both 1 and 2 to me.
Yeah, man. The way Kanye analyzed that record deal that Drake got, the $400 million record deal, when everybody was congratulating him, and when Drake was celebrating it, Kanye was looking at it like, you a fool, basically. Like, now you a slave. And then X amount of years later, you see the battle that
He
he's having
realized
with the
that
label. He noticed, like, oh, these people are
And
these
that
people are
might,
finessing
you know,
me.
we all got well, not all of us, but we all got those boys who told us they were right and we said they was wrong, and then a few years later come by and it's like, damn,
Nah, fact.
you was right, bro. I should have listened to you, kind of type shit.
I feel like I would be so curious to see if they've had any conversation in these last couple years, like after the
Yeah.
fact, you know, because that was even like a big
That's hard
rumor.
to admit, though, especially at that level.
But that was even a big rumor about Kanye a few years ago that he was basically doing all these antics and outwardly, quote unquote, going crazy to get out of all these deals.
Yeah.
Because when he realized what was really going on, as far as like how he was feeling like he was getting exploited, supposedly he was like, all right, how do I get out of these
Yeah.
deals? And the only way you can get out of a deal nowadays is
Yeah.
getting canceled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they don't want to mess with you, they'll let you go.
That's genius type shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, if that ends, like, if we end up being able to verify that somehow, that he really just plotted all this to that point just to really get out of all these deals and to own, you know, basically be in charge of his own situation, like, which is what they're saying that Drake is doing right
He's
now,
doing right
kind
now,
of
yeah.
setting himself up to be in charge of his own situation, except Drake didn't go the crash out route.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went a different
He
route
just
with it.
satisfied the con. He said, "Beep beep, baby." I know, hey, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, let's get back to the music, can we? Because these are bangers.
They're definitely bangers in your mind. That's for sure.
Oh wow, this guy
That's
said
for
in
sure,
my
for sure.
mind. This guy said in my mind. Is that no for real?
No. It's definitely.
For real.
It's definitely
in my mind.
I'm gonna say this, bro.
All right.
It's definitely some very Drake sounding music, bro.
All right.
Like he was in his Drake bag.
Let me just run through things. So let me be honest. The make them cry, make them pay, make them remember, make them know. That's like where he's like flipping bars and bars, the rap
Mhm.
shit that
Yeah,
you talk
yeah.
about. They're good to me. They're not my favorite. I don't really play those that much. They're not bad. I don't really play those.
They're
that
not.
much.
They're not boppy, basically.
Yeah, that's not the Drake I'm looking for. Same with you. I'm not afraid to admit it. I am not. Those probably, if you look at my plays, probably the least I play. But then when you get to Dust, Whisper My Name, Janice, Ran to Atlanta is
The
cool.
Dust one wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
AJ showed me that video
Yeah.
yesterday. That Dust one wasn't bad.
Dust, that's cool. The Future
And it's like AJ was saying yesterday too, that like when you watch it and when you
it's a little
listen to
different.
the songs and taking the visuals as
yeah,
well, and it kind of gives you a little vibe with it, they hit different.
Yeah.
They definitely sound a lot better
And
when
to
you watch the
me,
videos.
I didn't listen to the album until Sunday. I didn't watch the videos until Tuesday. And so now,
Now you all in.
so
Now you all in.
you see what I'm saying? But like,
And that
Mhm.
leads perfectly into something I wanted to mention that I forgot to talk about. Like, and this is really just for like the people mostly on TikTok. I mean, it's been creeping into IG too, but mostly on TikTok, bro. It's okay to have different opinions,
oh,
bro.
it's okay.
I'm not a big Drake fan. It's okay. You can
And
still,
I am a big Drake
look,
fan, and it's okay.
my people. You could still listen to it. You can still
Yeah.
vibe. You enjoy your life, bro. Me not listening to Drake don't got nothing to do with you,
Yeah.
bro. I had we
Say
had
that,
some
say
dude
that, say that,
was
say
on
that,
the
say
on
that.
the comments saying this is why people shouldn't have
Have
their own
opinions.
opinions. This is why everybody shouldn't have an opinion.
Oh,
Like, bro, are you
man.
serious, dog?
It's crazy.
Like, there's so much music out here, different genres, different. Like, for example, bro, country music, the whole genre, they could throw it in the trash. I wouldn't care, bro. I wouldn't even. My life would not be affected if country music did not exist anymore, bro. But there's some people that only listen to country music, and that's okay, bro. That's okay. Some people like some stuff. Some people don't like some stuff. The way, and I think this kind of goes into what you were saying earlier, because I think me and you are kind of like on the same page as far as that goes, bro.
Oh yeah, of course.
Everybody can be a fan or whatever. Like nobody's gonna knock you for it. You know what I'm saying? Like we have our little fun and we make our jokes and stuff. But if you're playing Drake at the event, if you're playing Drake at your crib
We're
when you,
chilling.
or anything that we're doing and there's Drake
Yeah, we're
playing,
chilling.
if I know the words, I'm singing along. I don't care, bro. I'm not gonna stand up and
I've seen him, by the way. I've seen him sing along to Drake's song.
yeah,
so.
bro. Like we always say. I mean, and you mentioned it too. Like I'm not a Drake hater. I just don't like certain styles that he does. And when it's that style, like kind of like we were talking about earlier, like a lot of these songs on this album, bro, like it just wasn't there lyrically for
Yeah.
me. Like and shout out to Ronnie, bro. I feel like he encapsulated it perfect, and this was like my main point. And I'm stealing this from Ronnie. Ronnie said, "Stop making music that's beneath you," and that's how I feel about Drake. Like these songs with the cadences, the production, like this could have been some. In my mind, it could have been some real heat. But when you drop off so much with the lyrics, where they're just so bad, bro, like you gotta admit, bro, there's certain like
I'm not admitting shit.
2 bars,
I'm not
4
admitting
bars
shit.
in each
Nope.
song, bro, that
Not admitting shit.
you reading them and like you hearing it and you're like, bro, did
Nope.
he really say that,
Nope.
dog? Did he really say that, bro?
Nope. Oh, hold on. First, it's Iceman only.
Iceman. Yep.
I'm only talking about Iceman.
Go ahead.
I'm only talking about Iceman.
I'm gonna pull up some of these lyrics while you talking, bro. Cause
From Iceman? All right.
from
so
Iceman, dog.
I'm gonna go through the top. I go through 4 certified sources of Drake fans. It said first 10 songs, greatest 10 song rollout. And which is crazy to me because I love songs 11 through 16. So that's what. Hold on. Let me
Just to recap, you're
Okay,
saying that a lot of people were saying that the first 10 was the hottest part of the album, but for
Yeah.
you, it starts heating up towards the end. Okay.
Yes. So, like I said, ran through Atlanta. I'm cool with it. I am a big Future and Drake fan. I'm not a big fan of that song.
That might have been the worst I ever
Yeah.
heard from Future in my life, bro.
I might still skip that song every time it comes out. So I'll give them that one. Shebang, my banger.
You be shebanging all day.
Shebang.
You shebanging out here, dog.
And what I like about him, he gets these random ass producers to make these just random ass beats. And then he just goes off on them. Make Them Pay, I told you. I like it. I'll skip through it. Burning Bridges, banger. I'll repeat.
We watched
at
that
least,
video yesterday.
Yeah, 4 or
too.
5 times. National Treasure, I'll repeat about 2 times. Bees on the Table, he can't do wrong with 21 Women. He can't. The production is just there, and they know how to flow on songs like that. What did I miss? I haven't stopped playing that song since it came
That's
out.
the joint he dropped before, right?
Yeah, that's the
Like, okay.
original.
Yeah.
That's the original. It's the first Iceman. It's the first Iceman song.
So did everybody know that was gonna be on Iceman, or was it a surprise that it was on the album?
No, that was the first single.
Okay,
first.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright.
Plot Twist. That's Yoda's favorite song right now. I went outside and I saw him in the garage and I said, Twist. And he said, I love that song. I said, bruh, Too Hard for the Radio. This is what I love about Too Hard for the Radio. There's a
Yo, Too Hard for the Radio is the one that they put the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air beat on it.
and they put it. I grew up in Cali, you know. My sister was born in San Francisco. We grew up in the Bay Area till I was 10. There's a West Coast sound. And what he did, because of Kendrick, he said, I'm going to drop a West Coast song, bro. That is 100% a West Coast track.
No, facts. It was,
No, 100%. The flow, the beat, like Blueface, he doesn't rap on the beat. He didn't rap on the beat on that song. That's West Coast shit, bro. And he said, I got a show in Oakland tonight, bro. So for him to do that, he's showing the confidence, like, bruh,
yeah.
I don't care.
That definitely felt like a direct shot to the to the Not Like Us
The
part. You know,
pop-up.
the Oakland
That's a
show.
pop-up.
Yeah. I think
He said, "I don't
the
care."
Oakland show gonna be your last stop. That's what he
I'm
said on
telling
the
you.
song.
He said, I don't care, bro. I don't care. I still make hits in this city. And he can. Like, he had that shit with YG. He shouted out YG in that song. All right, let's keep going. Make Them Remember. Like I said, we go past that. Little Birdie, Don't Worry. Rihanna. And you said it too. You said it. You said ASAP had 2-3 kids with Rihanna. He got a fucking new album. Who won?
Yeah. So
If I do, what were we talking about last week? You said, well, dudes is having a roast, and you dissing them, and what they gonna say? Your wife cheated on you. What's up? That's that song.
no, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Again, bro, like it's just I just can't get with it, bro. I just can't get
but
with
he
it,
hits
dog.
every angle.
He does. I've always said from the beginning, bro, I respect him as an artist. I love the way he moves as far as like the way he rolls things out. The videos that he did for the album. I mean, just amazing, bro. Top notch. Um like AJ was saying, supposedly he did all this by himself because of the issues having with the label. And if you look, bro, I had to run him a few mil to get all these videos and everything done. So I'm I'm very appreciative of him from that point of view. Like he's a real artist, bro. He's a real artist. He's super dope. I never could say he's whack or he can't make good music. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? Like it's just not my vibe, bro. Like,
And you're not the only one.
yep.
There's 100 people out. 100. There's 100,000 million people
Yeah,
out.
I was
like,
even telling you that the one of the TikTok clips, people were going back and forth on it, and I was surprised. I thought they were just gonna roast me. It was the one where I was talking about how I only like his singing, and that was another funny thing because a lot of the argument was kind of like because he's not a great singer vocally, he's not a singer. Like that, how does that make any sense? Like if he's singing a song and the whole song is him singing,
Yeah.
he's a singer, bro.
Yeah.
He has songs that are singing,
And that song is clocking.
and
the song is making numbers.
and that we can kind of wind down a little bit with this. That also got me thinking because I said to myself, I wonder if anybody else dropped anything on Friday, like hip hop wise, right? So I looked through the Apple Music, like new releases, what's on the charts right now. Bro, they gotta separate hip hop and rap. They took out rap from iTunes as far as like one of the main categories and just put hip hop, right?
The genres.
Dog, it's all Drake's albums, right? All the top tracks in hip hop, and then like one of the first songs after that, bro, is like some of the guys from Souls of Mischief put out a new song. Like, bro, Souls of Mischief and Drake. I'm not saying one is better than the other. This has nothing to do with the skill at all.
Yeah.
But to me, dog, that's almost like Taylor Swift and Gunna. Like,
you can't.
like, bro, like
can't
this
group
is
them
not the same
together.
genre,
Yeah.
bro. And if you're grouping them together, Souls of Mischief has no chance.
Yeah.
Because
Not gonna
if
happen.
you're gonna put it in a genre of hip hop and some, a regular, not even just a regular Drake fan, but a regular person that just listens to top 40 music sees this, bro, they're gonna poo all over the Souls of Mischief joint, not knowing who they are. You feel me? So that was something that I've been mentioning a lot lately.
Before we wrap it up, something interesting you talked about was the bundle stuff.
Oh yeah. So
I want to hear that
but
because
yeah,
that's something new.
That's something that I want to get into next time. Not that, but what I was
Save
saying
it?
about
You wanna
Souls of
save
Mischief.
that?
No, I want to talk about that now. But the
Okay,
Souls
okay.
of Mischief thing is what I've been saying about like people like Gunna, Roddy Ricch, Future. They're not rappers, bro. They are not rappers. Whatever they're doing, that needs to go in its own lane. Because what they're doing is not what Nas is doing. You know what I'm saying? What Nas is doing is not what Drake is doing. So these things need to be broken down. But the thing about the bundles, Drake was talking on the album basically saying like no t-shirts, no vinyls, because what a lot of artists do is they'll drop like, let's say merch or they'll drop something for an album and they'll put like a vinyl record, they'll put a digital download, a CD, a tape or something,
extra
and they'll
shit.
bundle it in. But the way that works when you're doing your numbers, at the end of the day, that counts towards your numbers, and it counts better because people are physically paying and they're paying straight up, like all out. When you're streaming, bro, you paying $10 a month, and you're basically renting that song for the month. And every listen is like like not borrowed, but basically like it's like if you went to your friend's house and you listen to music as his house, but you didn't have the music. That's kind of like what Apple Music is.
Paid him $10 to listen to his.
So Drake
CD.
threw that little thing in there, kind of saying like, I don't need, at least how I took it, like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I just dropped the music and I'm number one.
I'm just
You know what I
wondering
mean?
if that's why they classify the genres different now.
Nah, the genre thing has been something that's like kind of been talked about recently, but I feel like it's ramping up a lot now. And kind of like what I was saying, bro, like just for the ecosystem of the music, bro, like you gotta categorize hip hop, like rap, sing melodic rap, whatever, however you want to do it, bro. It has to all be broken down because it's not the same, bro. Like, And like I said, I'm not even saying this because it's Drake. It's anybody, bro.
No. I forgot who I was listening to, but they said in the early 2000s, and it was like Nelly, The Lox, DMX, Fat Joe, and they're like, it was all different types of hip hop
Mm-hmm.
that they can't be grouped together.
Yep.
Like they
And
were
even
all
that, they were
doing
all
different.
rapping.
Yeah.
But even
They
in
were
the
all
rap, it
rapping,
was still different.
But the sound, like you said, the sound was different. Everybody was making different type of hip hop back then.
Exactly.
And you can't group that up today. And I feel like that's what they're doing. That's why I wonder if maybe like the bundle and the numbers thing kind of relate to it. It sucks. Is a thing that sucks trying to classify that kind of hip hop all together like that.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe it'll start going that way. I know that they've started like talking about melodic rap. Like I've heard that beat thrown around. So I don't know if maybe
Yeah,
they're
because
gonna.
you got like Wale. I heard the Black album, the Six Lack, as I say, people
Yeah,
call
yeah.
him Six Lack. Like he's rapping on there. We got Wale. You got these Drake albums. You got all these rappers, and it's like it's all different rap now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You just can't group it all together,
Yeah,
and that's what
man.
sucks because that's what everybody compares everything to.
For sure. But at the end of the day, bro, kind of wrap with this. If you like Drake, cool. If you don't like Drake, cool. Either way, it don't matter. We just talking, bro. At the every conversation is just people talking, dog. So
Yeah.
like it ain't that deep. It's never been that deep. It'll never be that deep.
I
But
threw
it's
that gif in the
but
chat.
it's definitely funny seeing the reactions, bro, and seeing how much this stuff affects them, dog. It's hilarious, man.
Beep beep baby.
This guy, bro. He's about to shebang his way out of here, bro.
You know it is.
Stay
Stay butter.
butter.